Yeah, so first, reaching out to the youth. I would say not only to youth, but it's a very good way of reaching out to them when you blend folk music with contemporary uh, sounds as well as traditional sounds, which Khab has done, the music producer and the guy who's basically the main person to bring us together. So he's really done a wonderful job by using all those instruments, Ghatam, Shenai, Do Tara, and they were all there in the video. And I would say the director Amit did a very good job by giving them enough footage on screen. So when youth who haven't seen these instruments, who are not aware of music, Indian music especially, when they see those instruments, at least they would want to find out that what is this instrument. Shanai, maybe most of them would know, but Ghatam, Dotara, all these instruments, they would try to find out. And now we have AI to, help with
True.
recognizing. So this is also a good way to actually understand the instrumentation and then the song being in Bhojpuri, which till date, whatever we've heard is always very caricaturish. Bhojpuri you associate with the double meaning jokes or
True.
even in films and all. It's not a great, dialogues and all. You don't read or hear anything great. But this song being in Bhojpuri also, the language, people are going, they're just talking about the story behind it. It's like going back to the roots. That Kachaudi Gali is not just confined to having kachodis, but there's a full, uh, say, a story, not just story, there are stories. There must be many stories once one goes. Though Kachaudi Gali is in Varanasi,
True.
today we came across another story about Gauhar Jan, that this is her song because she had a lover who went to war and he didn't come back and he was kind of, hanged to death by Britishers. And that's how this song came about. And so it's so wonderful to know all those stories behind the song. And this also helps you connect with your roots through folk because folk music has kind of a natural and oral tradition of preserving the history.
True.
Now, because of this song, everyone's talking about Anglo-Indian Burmese war, how Britishers took these husbands of females, and so many people are talking about it. And I think that's the most wonderful job that has been done by Coke Studio Bharat, where they have taken the full proper folk song. Not that they've fused it with a modern poetry, having a dancer also, like that. So they've taken out the complete folk song. So that's also very good. And Coke being a great brand, Coke Studio, that we get a better reach. And it's actually what I feel. Uh, Whenever we do any kind of independent music or this kind of music, it's about reaching the audience.
True.
We don't get a platform to reach the right audience. And there is an audience for all kind of genres, all types of songs. All day you can't just be watching reels and keep laughing. You need something to uh, celebrate, to enjoy, to have some music that can also give voice to your inner feelings. And this song is of longing, of love, of separation. At the same time, the beauty about folk music is that they had such simple life, such mundane life that they would celebrate and talk about it through songs while doing their daily chores. So that's the most wonderful thing about this. And I think that's why it's resonating with youth as well. Even Gen Z, people are reacting so nicely. They're talking about, as a child, we used to listen to this song from our dadi or from nani, or somebody would be singing in house. And now most of the youth is also outside either Bihar or Varanasi, working in other cities, other places. Some people are abroad, and they reminiscing about their childhood memories. So much must be emerging for them on the surface. So it's such a wonderful way, and I'm really happy that Coke Studio Bharat is doing this, and they believed in this whole thing. And Utpal Udit, being Gen Z, deciding to only uh, go with his kind of music that he's grown up listening to, singing, learning. His that determination of just doing Bhojpuri folk music, and folk music also, like he talks about some poets from Bihar that he wants should also come out, their songs, which are like classical folk songs. So it's so wonderful to have that dignity in
True.
the music and keeping all the elements in mind. And we've come up with this song, and the reaction is just extraordinarily heartwarming. That's what just while working on it, you never think that it would become so trendy or it would go viral and all. Then things won't happen. It's just that everyone followed their heart. And that's what happened with me. I think with my age, with the experiences I have, my roots in classical music, which is also emerged from folk music. Folk music is the mother of all genres of music, around the world. And that's why you connect more with these songs. And the nostalgia is also what makes it more special. So there is no rag called kajri. Kajri is a form of singing.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a genre of singing in semi-classical music. How we have dadaras, dadara because dadara is in 6 beats. Dadara dal tal. Then there's thumri, which is more shringar-based poetry. So kajri is also a form of music. It's a folk kind of music, and it can be of different type of poetry. Like this Kajri has more of longing. There's a Kajri that I had sung long time back. Ehi thaiya motiya heraye gaili Rama. That is more Avadhi based language. So Kajri is like, so while reading some comments, I was also reading that they were talking about that how the Banaras, Varanasi's or Banaras Kajri is different from the Kajri they sing in Mirzapur
Okay.
or the Kajri sung in Bihar. And what I understood that it's basically the language, the dialect that gets different. That's why they say we sing it. Otherwise, it's a form of semi-classical music. Like we have Tej, we have different, types
Festival.
of songs and festivals. Yeah, when the Savan comes, then we have Savan. I'm doing one song for this World Music Day program of Shurendra Shamijit, where they wanted to something, they wanted to do something in folk, but since Kachaudi Gali has come, so they are doing a Savan, where the song is about that how this is this season, the Savan, the rain, monsoon, and how this is she's going to meet her beloved Chupkar ya Chori se, and how Sas Nanad, beloved means partner, husband, and how Sas Nanad ताने देती हैं, but ऐसे छुप कर आ जाती हूँ मिलने या कुछ. So where this these lyrics talk about very basic life, but very poetically.
True.
The emotions that they used to go through, where they didn't have that kind of privilege to be talking how we are able to express ourselves. They didn't have means to express. They had a very simple life. So they would talk through songs with each other, where it was taken very uh, nicely also, in the sense आप सास बहू की बात हो गई, आप नोक झोंक की बात भी कर लेंगे, बट सब चीजें साथ साथ को एग्जिस्ट कर लेती थी.
Good.
So that's the beauty of folk music. Again, the raw emotions. But like I said, it's what we cater present. And now that Coke Studio Bharat took this initiative, I would say, and I really uh, feel happy about it. It's high time. And they started with Bhojpuri song. And it's that perception would change. So many people are writing about it. Even if you don't understand, it's not so difficult to understand.
Obviously.
Like I did go into the proper meaning of the whole song, but the context I got to know later. The pronunciation is something that we have to concentrate on, but the essence is something that nobody can miss.
True.
So I think, and again, this also tells that when we follow our hearts and do something with 100%, it is bound to reach with right combination of, say, video, musical, presentation, which is very simple, very minimalistic. There is no jazzy kind of a sound or anything has been added. Khab has followed the soul of the song, and whatever interaction I've had with him, I know he's very well rooted, grounded, and he is not somebody who would do, something to shock or to create or something uh, titillating to get that attention, which happens whenever. It's not only with folk music, but even in film music. So many times there is a way of doing a mischievous songs. So if, like, I can give an example, when Gulzar Saab wrote Namak Ishka or Bidi Jalaile, Vishal composed such aesthetics are there. What is any fine arts is all about aesthetics. The moment aesthetics are there, you will not be able to do anything vulgar. There are people who also write vulgar poetry. Those songs also do very well, but it's about your inner, what you want to present. And when you do the right thing, I just feel that it is bound to reach more and more people. And again, I would say that hats off to Coke Studio Bharat believing in this song, making every effort to create this kind of video, giving that platform. That is what's making it more and more reachable, because it's really important to reach the right people. More than right, I would say it's important to reach people. And because our majority of population is in rural areas,
Yeah.
and with YouTube and digital and social media, also we are able to reach more and more people. So, and this would change, like with Genda Phul, nobody understood when I sang it in Bundelkhandi what is Karar Gonda Phul. But when we wrote it in Hindi, then people started asking me, why Sasural Genda Phul? So we had to come up with all sorts of explanations, and people started, going back to their marriage times, their family marriage, and they started using Genda Phul again in every, like how we celebrate, we use Genda Phul. When there's a death, the Genda Phul mala is there also. So, everything, I would say we have such great cultural heritage.
True.
Only if we start bringing it out, not everything. There would be some songs that you can do with certain audience, but there are these kind of songs that everyone would relate with. Like so many reels are now coming up where females are singing in the gully, sitting on, uh, you know, uh, porch and or this veranda or गली में बैठकर गा रहे हैं. तो So many youngsters are playing guitar and singing on the ghats of Banaras. And I'm sure so much is happening in Bihar also, because Bhojpuri is very widely spoken
Very well.
language. That's what I realized after
Yes.
doing this song. So you don't have just Bihar, you have Varanasi, you have UP.
UP.
So we have got covered, I think, at least 60% of India. I've done songs with Coke Studio before also. I did with Sachin Jigar, Ladki song.
Ladki. Yeah, yeah. Who
Yeah,
doesn't know
yeah.
that?
So
Who
I did
doesn't know
that,
that?
and now this is my, I think, second collaboration. But that was
Ma'am, so
Coke
when
Studio
did
that time. Now it's Coke Studio
Coke Studio
Bharat.
Bharat?
It wasn't, of course, Coke Studio is a platform, but before that, when the song came to me, it's the song. First, it's the song. If it attracts, if it makes sense, the melody, the emotions, and then lyrics. My manager, Vishwas Dubey, he explained to me, and he's from Varanasi. So from day one, his thing, I said, how would I sing? Because our key are different. Utpal, the way he has sung, if
He's
I'll sing, I'll
not.
have to sing either low octave and it octave low, and that won't give me the kind of voice that should come up, because when I'm singing, it's the timbre of my voice that matters the most. If you don't get voice, it's pointless. Anybody can sing then, and everybody should be singing this. But and then he explained to me. He sent me few of Malini Avesti's version of this song, where she sung seven verses, and that's how I realized. I started working on it. That okay. Meanwhile, other things will happen, and then we spoke with Khab, and then we convinced Utpal in studio to do it little higher. He said, I won't be able to, my voice will crack and all that. But we said, Acha, let's do, because I'm singing major part of the song. So it should be more important that I sound better. And once I sang, then he said, oh, now I know how to do it. So I'll be able to do it. So it gave him insight. So I think that's how it happened. And then obviously Universal Music, they were, before they were approaching or Coke Studio. It's their collaboration mode. So I had to do it.